Anyway, now that we've done with that break, we can move into our official top 10 bad, worst badong movies
10 most
of
bottomest.
2021.
10 most bottomless bad, not good movies.
Hey, we only got 10, not 12.
And there's actually 10. Yeah, there's
Holy
actually
shit.
10 because we kept warning each other about bad movies.
And then I watched them all.
Yeah, and then only Thomas watched them all.
Classic Thomas.
There are only 10 that are officially on the list.
My
Who else
goodness.
but Thomas?
That's me.
Although the first one is one that Thomas did not watch.
Oh my
In-
god.
In 10th position,
Number 10.
with a grand
Yeah,
total
number
score
10.
with a grand total score of 8 points. It's
Are you going to read out the Metacritics for...
I
Wait.
can if
I
you
think
want
should.
them.
Nah, I've checked
I
them.
like how we're delaying this first one. So with 8 points, number 10 is
Number 10 with 8 points and a Metacritic score of 36.
Yeah, baby.
strong.
You guys are not going to believe it, but it is the lowest Metacritic score movie on this list, and now I'm just dragging it out for a gag, and I don't think it's a very good gag.
Not very
So
good.
it's on brand.
It's
On
on brand because in number 10 position, again
Yeah,
with 8
with
points
8
and a
points,
Metascore of 36.
This is number
Mhm.
10.
Number
is,
10.
8 points did this get?
Yeah, 8 points across
Wow.
the list. So
How
Wait,
many
versus the
Metascore
Metacritic.
points did it get?
How is it calculated?
how is it calculated? In reverse order of
No,
the top
explain
10.
in great detail.
So okay, if a movie is in your number 1 position, it
Yeah.
gets awarded 10 points.
Oh, wow.
Second position 9 points, and so on down to 10th position, which is worth 1 point.
Okay, so this was
It's like the
in
Oscars.
somebody
but good.
this was in somebody's third place or a cumulative equivalent thereof.
No,
That's-
you see.
that's a number.
Yes, that is kind of how it works, but remember, for it to be in the top 10, it has to appear on at least 2 Cinebeards lists.
Okay, so it has at least at best a number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
on at least 2 Cinebeards lists
So to clarify, it's got 8 points.
at 8 points, and
Calculated
it is
by your
actually
method.
calculated by my method. And strangely enough, it has the lowest Metascore of the films in our bad list,
Which is
God.
which is 36.
okay. That's a multiple of 8.
That is a multiple of. Is it?
Mm.
I see
No,
everything
it's not.
together.
It's not a multiple of
It is-
8.
I see the screws turning.
It's a multiple of 4, which is half of 8.
But that's how maths works.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a multiple of 8. It's 4.5 times 8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maths.
that's a multiple.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And a bingo.
Bingo. Bingo.
Okay.
God,
Number
I
10.
hate us.
So with
Okay.
8 meta scores of 36,
Dion,
in the
you
number
may
10
hate us,
spot.
but now 79 people don't.
No, maybe they only subscribed for the hate. They're Thomas's.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I would hope so. I would definitely.
Or are they Thomas Stans? That's right.
Oh my
I'm using
God.
Stans this week.
No. 78 of them are 77 of them are Thomas Stans. One of them is shout out to our boy, very nice,
Jock?
Patrick Bateman,
Oh, right.
and the other one has to be the IDF because I'm on a list now.
Oh
It's
man, you are
it-
gonna have a terrible layover one day when you're flying.
I am, and it's going to be worth it because in 10th position is Space Jam 2 Electric LeBron James Alou.
That was so fucking god awful. I could not.
I could
And,
not
uh,
register a single laugh in that comedy.
They had. It wasn't a laugh. That let's just get it out of the way that they had one good gag.
Which was? Because
The
I can't
Michael
remember.
Jordan gag.
Oh, yes, yes.
That
The
was
what?
a genuinely. That's a genuinely good gag. End of story. absolutely every, and he actually, you could see he's giving it. He's like, oh, cool, I'm in Space Jam 2. This is going to be great. I'm going to put some real energy into this scene. I hope this is good. Can you imagine him watching the movie?
Yeah.
It's like just
Okay.
that sinking
Yes.
feeling.
Yes. Okay. That Michael Jordan gag was indeed hilarious.
Isn't it
Good.
strange that Warner Brothers have cast themselves as the villains in two big franchise films recently, which I watched
Yes.
the day after each other?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a wild way to refresh like the public sort of familiarity with your various properties and your brand? Like, hey, we're shitheads.
Hey,
Yeah.
we
We
are
know
the
it
big
though, so it's
evils.
fine. We know it, so we're lovable.
Yeah, exactly. Like at least we're self-aware about it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
oh
Anyhow.
man, it's badly. It's terribly acted. It's the animation is not good.
Don't
It is
they?
abysmal.
Don't they also have the fellas from A Clockwork Orange cheering on
Yeah.
the quote unquote
yes.
heroes?
And
Yes.
Pennywise.
Pennywise is there. The
Pennywise
Iron
is there.
Giant's there breaking stuff.
The mask is there courtside.
Yeah.
Aren't some of the V8 boys there as well?
Yes, there's a
Oh,
no,
yeah.
there's a whole sequence where you see
of,
Wile E.
of, of War
Coyote.
Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Wile E. Coyote is in Mad Max and
Oh yeah,
spray
he's
paints himself.
literally in. They literally composited him into Mad Max, and then he holds up a sign as Roadrunner does that says "Witness
Witness
me,"
me.
and then it has all the boys going "Witness." And literally, it's directly the
What
film.
the fuck
He's
is this
literally just
movie?
composited into. It's
What is this
basically.
movie?
It's literally
It's
okay.
Ready Player One,
Disney,
a film catalog.
no, it's Disney has bought Fox. Now our shareholders or executives or whoever are insisting that we have to remind
Use the
people of what we own, like
Hmm.
what defines us. So okay, we also need to do another Space Jam movie. Let's do those two things simultaneously. They have a scene where the grandmother from Sylvester and Tweety
Yeah.
Granny.
where Granny does a scene from The Matrix. But they don't do it. They literally just do the scene. There's no added parody element other than
Like,
a
they
deep
just do that.
Granny.
They just did that scene twice in one
What?
year.
Yeah,
Fuck.
They did.
they
Um,
literally just they
did.
just recreated it. It's the most baffling film, and also the fact that they have the court surrounded by this composite of hundreds of Warner Brothers characters instead of having them in a stadium means that there is so
That
much
sounds
visual
so
noise.
distracting.
There
That
is
sounds
so much
so
visual
fucking
noise,
distracting.
which
I would.
is in contrast to the court, where in the first one you at least got the sense that they'd plotted it out. Okay, then they go here and then they do this.
Yeah,
This
because you had
shot,
the live action characters
shot by
with
shot, they
this.
change who is in the scene. So like sometimes they have a full court shot and there's like 4 people on the court.
What?
It's so baffling. Like his son is in the game, LeBron James's son, but who has been recast because obviously his real life son is not cool enough.
Or
And
his real life
he's like,
son read the script and was like, whoo!
Yeah, his real life son was like,
Papa, no,
I'm not getting
no,
staying
please,
far.
Papa, no.
He's like, listen, I remember what happened to Jaden when he did After Earth with his dad. I'm not making that mistake.
Maybe
Wow.
wise. Maybe wise. Anyway, he's supposed to be in this, and he's like the one that created this game that they're playing. So he's got like superpowers. But he's in the game for like 20 seconds at the beginning, and then he disappears for about half an hour. And like you'll sort of do like a little cameo every 10 or 15 minutes, and then he's there again at the end. It's wow.
And
But
this
there's no
movie, it
sense that they have any
feels like it
idea
has
of
like,
what should be happening at any given
and like
moment.
it has so many like fake out climaxes. Like near the end, as well, like, okay, no, this is the end of the movie. Okay, no, this is the end of the movie. Oh no, wait, this is the end of the movie. It's fucking bizarre. It has more
have-
endings than
they
Return of the
have
King.
the most fucking totally jarring, insane thing ever. Where okay, so the kid discovers like when he's playing his game that if he does his dad's signature move in the game, it crashes the game and deletes the character. And then, but then everyone now they're in that game, and he says like, okay, if we do that, then everyone would be set free. because we've all been sucked into Warner Brothers' serververse against our will.
Served
Yes, they
And
do
so-
call it the
and then-
played by Don
Cinebeards.
Cheadle, by the way.
Yeah, and then LeBron is going to sacrifice himself, and then Bugs Bunny intercepts it, and he does the move and sacrifices himself. And he has a very slow 2-minute, what I think is supposed to be tearjerker, actual death scene as
Yeah.
he's like, his
Delete.
consciousness is fading and he's deleted. And there's supposed to be this whole big emotional, and literally 30 seconds later, he's back with zero explanation.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's like
No.
Chewbacca in
Not just back with
Yeah,
zero
it's-
explanation.
it's that.
Back in the real fucking world.
Oh,
with
yeah, in
zero
our world.
explanation. Yeah.
But so imagine like Chewbacca, the Chewbacca fake out, but instead of her finding him in another ship, he's just behind her in another scene, and they just keep on like nothing had happened.
Yeah.
It's so wild. And like LeBron's entire strategy for the game is to tell the Looney Tunes not to be loony.
Yeah.
So it's also remarkably subdued.
Why would you want your Looney Tunes game movie to be subdued?
They just
Is
keep getting trampled over because they're all trying to be normal. And I'm sure there's a message in there. But Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hate.
Oh,
I
also,
hate that they made
can I
this
just say
movie
that
not
I
this.
fucking hate that they had the goal to have the original Monstars there at the end just as a
Yes.
short little nod, and
Yeah.
And
like,
it also shows that they didn't watch the end of the previous one.
yeah,
Because the Monstars are sitting there going, oh no.
yeah.
Oh no,
What
Warner
the-
Brothers lost.
What the fuck? The
Oh
Monstars
no,
would
no,
love
it could-
that.
Oh, you know what? You what? Can I tell you something else that's gonna baffle you? Okay,
Sure.
okay. So, do you want to? So, Don Cheadle plays the villain, right?
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Do you want to know what his name is?
Oh good, I almost shouted it out.
Mr. Evil.
I'll
No.
give you a clue. His character is the Warner Brothers algorithm that is literally being used to automate content creation.
Yes.
Is he
So
the
he's an
architect?
algorithm.
Is he the
No, no,
architect?
no, no. Worse. His name is Al G Rhythm.
Ladies! Ladies!
Oh. Thomas just noped out of the Discord.
It was nice knowing him. Oh man. Seriously, dude, fuck that movie so hard. Welcome back, soldier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so number 9 with more than 8 points and presumably more than 36 Metascore.
Yes. So this next one has 9 points. It appeared on 2 lists because I think only 2 of you watched it. I didn't. It has a pretty high Metascore at 59.
Ooh.
It is again another gaslight gatekeep girl boss movie, Cruella.
Oh, jeez.
my
Her
god.
mother gets murdered by dogs.
No. Her mother gets murdered by Dalmatians that are trained to murder. That's her backstory. The dog murderer woman we are meant to feel sorry for because trained Dalmatians killed her fucking family. And the movie
Didn't they
is
like
just
kick them off a cliff or something?
Yep. They pushed her mom off a cliff.
they push her off a cliff on
What are
command.
the physics on that?
Yes. It's dude, it's so fucking shit, and it's incredible because it has no score of any kind. Instead, it's just like it's like Suicide Squad but worse. There are 34 licensed songs
Yep.
in the movie.
Christ
34,
alive.
including the original song that Florence and the Machine recorded, which is fine. But
Thomas,
but it's yeah.
Tell me though, how can this movie be in our bad list if it's Oscar nominated?
Yes, Thomas.
You're right. It is Oscar nominated. Damn. Well, that just
Wait,
shows us.
Are the Oscar nominations out?
No, probably. I don't know. No, it's not Oscar nominated. Her performance is nominated for a Golden Globe. She's up
Yeah,
for a
there we
Golden
go.
Globe. and I don't understand how, because
wait.
it is such a terrible performance.
But no.
But she's female Joker.
She's
Yeah,
just
that's the basis of the movie.
That's the whole movie, and it's incredible though because the movie has no score, so you've got no leitmotifs, you've got no kind of rising and swelling. So just when stuff is happening on screen, a licensed track will suddenly appear with lyrics telling you what's happening on screen. Like
What?
she does a performance of
Oh
like, now
no!
I'm gonna be your dog.
No,
It's so
no, no, no,
cool. Seriously,
no, 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 no!
that was the music supervisor's idea for a score. Straight up.
I think
Oh
they
my
just didn't
god!
want to pay anyone to do the music, so they
Yeah,
just
they
got
hate composers, but they love publishing companies.
Yes. So like yeah. Ugh. Oh, oh, it's so bad. And it's also like Cruella is the alter ego of her because she was hard done by and wants to be a fashion designer, so she invents the evil Cruella alter ego to get ahead and be evil, but she loses herself in it, and then takes down someone who is eviler than her, and it really says a lot about society. The whole
it
movie is
does, in which we live.
yeah, the whole movie is basically trying to push this angle of no, women are actually maligned and forced to be evil. And it's like, okay, but Cruella's whole shtick is that she's doing everything that the other evil woman is doing, but more and again. So, what? And then it ends with her with the parents of the it ends with John, I believe the character's name is, composing the Cruella de Vil
Oh
song. It
no,
ends
no,
with that,
no!
and her going, I'm gonna get those dogs. So like she still wants to skin the Dalmatians. She's still down for that.
They killed her mother, Thomas.
And the movie's painting her as the hero, as the anti-hero of the story that wants to skin these dogs. And you're like, yes, feel good for this revenge. And you're like, no, I
I don't
don't
feel
think
good.
so. And also like, no, it's just bad. There's also all of the characters in her. She's got this whole posse of like motley crew that is trying to take down the fashion industry, but the characters have no motivation to be there. They have no reason to help her, and like she treats them
Other
like
than
shit
they are the
constantly.
henchmen from the
Yeah,
movie,
they're the goons from the 101
101
Dalmatian movie.
Dalmatians.
So it's setting up how they met, and like they met as grifters and street
Oh
urchins, and
no!
but because she's a constant shit to them, it's like, why are they here? And she's like recruiting a fashion designer, and that has no reason to be there either. And it's just fucking imperceptible as to why the movie is continuing. And like, I don't understand how
Because
they got.
she's using the power of money to get these
No, but
people.
she doesn't
No,
have any
she's not
money. She's
in the movie.
poor. She's a street urchin.
She has no money in the
Oh.
movie film.
There's
Oh,
nothing.
I thought she.
No, she inherits all that money because she's the secret daughter of an heiress. That's the whole point of the movie.
Oh, I thought she started. She came from
No,
money.
no, she came from nothing and then murdered her way into money. Literally.
What
What
if
a
Elon Musk is
positive
gonna sue?
message to put out there.
Yeah, what a great message. What a feel
Murder
good.
your way into money.
Murder
Also,
your way into
just to
money.
remind you all, like how they thought to market this movie. I put the poster there, and this is the one, Jason, you have to use because it's the one where the A from in Emma
It's an
Stone
anarchy.
is an anarchy A because it's
Oh.
edgy.
No, dude, it is just this movie is just pizza cutter of all edge, no point.
Doesn't this have a Paul Chowdhury like cameo, Jason?
Who?
I honestly cannot remember. I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
It's
supposed to have
also
a cameo
really
in it.
funny because her mom, after her mom gets murdered by these murder Dalmatians, which are so bad in CG because obviously they didn't want to have real dogs on set for whatever reason. I don't know, but that's just how they decided to go with it.
Makes
So
Yes, you are
they
correct.
have
Ian.
like
Hooray.
melted rubber dogs. Just so bad.
But Disney has access to fur tech.
Furry
Yeah.
tech.
They've got access to fur
That's why
tech.
they're so evil. But no, it's
Pixar made Monsters Inc. It's like Disney
yeah.
owns Pixar. They can use the fur algorithm.
They
Well, I mean,
could,
they
but
could just
but they didn't.
You
But
know, didn't they also
after
do like a live action Lion King with close to photorealistic lions?
you would
To
have
the
thought,
point that it lost all character because it was so realistic?
yeah. But it's
No,
great
that
because
doesn't sound like
after that
Disney.
mom gets murdered, she goes to like speak with her mom every couple days at the fountain that was her mom's favorite place that they'd never been to together. But she just like assigns this place as the spirit keeper of her mother and goes to speak with her mom there every day or something. It's so shit.
Dear Fountain Mom,
No,
today
seriously, it straight up is Dear Fountain Mom.
Isn't that how Zack Snyder talks to Ayn Rand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dear Fountain Mom, today.
Today
Anyway,
Twitter was mean to me. Oh, Cruella is bad.
Cruella is bad, but not as bad
I thought you
as
were
the
still in
other.
character as Zack Snyder and you said color is bad. Color is bad.
I mean that both in the cinematographical perspective and the other one. Wink.
Yes. Wink.
So, there are 8 movies worse than Cruella, if you can believe
Jesus.
it.
I can't believe that there are this many movies worse than Space Jam.
Yeah,
But here we fucking go.
Here we go.
here we go, boys. Going in deep at, I assigned this at also 9 points. But this one appeared on more lists, so therefore it gets the edge over Cruella.
Okay.
Don't Breathe 2.
Don't
Oh
breathe
my
too.
word.
Don't Breathe 2. Rapists are actually not that bad.
Rapists can
Don't
be
breathe
heroes,
too.
actually.
Rapist kidnapper man is the hero.
Rapist Kidnapper Man is actually Daredevil.
Is also like an admirable father figure.
Yup. Admirable father figure.
Okay,
And
can we jump right into that in the water scene when he breaks in?
yes, we can. We
Yes, we
can
can.
jump right in because it's fucking incredible. He's down on the ground, got a gun in his hand, and he's got goons coming towards him. So what does he do? Puts his hand out in the water, and he feels the vibrations from them walking and knows where they are and downs them all with a single gunshot.
Yeah. That's
Like
what deaf people do.
fucking Daredevil.
Yeah.
No, you see, Daredevil doesn't use guns.
Okay, so it's Thomas Wayne Daredevil. Like fuck, man. I don't know.
It's Zack Snyder directs Daredevil.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh god, yes, it is. That's
there's
exactly
about
what.
as much rape stuff, so
Yeah. God damn it. Whoo! And
Yeah, that
not.
was real
It's
disappointing.
It's-
so it
Because I
and
love the
like
first one so much.
no,
Yeah,
the
But in
no.
the
first one
first
is
one, it makes sense.
incredible.
It makes
The first
sense
one's
that he knows his
incredible.
own house.
Yeah.
Yes, so he can move around regular like, and even then, not really that regular like. Like he still kind of doesn't know when they're there because he's fucking blind.
What?
Or,
Yeah.
to be fair, his house wasn't flooded, so he couldn't just put his hand in the water.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, they never flooded the house.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Oh,
see,
the
this
reveal,
is
the
it's
reveal of the crack dealer father was maybe one of the most incredible things I've ever seen
Oh
on
god, with
film.
the hair.
So
Oh,
the daughter, his daughter that he stole, has got this rogue streak in her hair, and eventually
oh.
this crack dealer like is like, "No, I'm your real dad, and this is how you know I'm your real dad." And he pulls off his slouchy to reveal the same rogue streak.
How it works, man. That is
yeah,
a paternity test and a half.
that's just genetics.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! It's so good. It's so bad. I hate it so much.
This is exactly why like most films do not need sequels.
Yep.
It is the epitome of a pointless sequel.
It's really funny though because it's written and directed by the same two people, but they've switched roles.
Yeah.
Yep.
So clearly,
One of them is better at the one thing.
yeah.
Maybe. What's the Metascore on this one? I'm curious to know.
Low. It's got to be low.
46.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
About right.
higher than I would have given it, but still.
Yeah.
It's also again like really really funny. The opening sequence is so bizarre with this girl with these tiny little legs that is somehow outrunning this Rottweiler. Definitely don't worry about it.
Yeah,
And
no,
like
that's how it works.
because of the way it's blocked through, you're like, oh my god, this is a post-apocalyptic movie, and you're like, oh wait, no, it's just Detroit. It looks like the beginning of like a Last of Us movie because everything's so fucked and overgrown and just like dirty, and you're like, oh wow, post-apocalyptic. No,
No, it's just Detroit.
just Detroit on a Monday. Ah, fuck that movie. It's
Yeah.
so gross and insulting and weird. Like that sort of like exploitation of people with disabilities and things I thought went out in the 90s, but like apparently we're still there and like it's still okay, I guess.
Yeah, of course it's fine because,
Like we got magic blind people again, and that's just okay.
It's about time they made a comeback.
Dean, just because he's black doesn't mean he has the shining.
Like it's straight up that.
And that was a joke from over a decade ago.
And yet here we are.
And here we are. And we're moving on to a movie that I just did not watch because I did not want to spend 2.5 hours
Oh yeah.
watching this man's work when I had already seen 3 hours of this man's work this year.
You mean
4
4
hours.
hours?
4 hours. What's it?
4 hours and 20 minutes.
420. Here we go. Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's other fuck show about zombies.
Zack
Yeah.
Snyder can't work the focus button. The movie.
Yeah,
Zack
I watched
Snyder-
about 10 minutes and I could not handle it. I actually felt a little
Yeah.
nauseous.
Zack
I got-
Snyder, camera operator. Hey Zack, why are these shots so out of focus? What's
Zack-
happening there?
Zack Snyder's Dead
That's
Pixel. The
if you just
movie.
look at this little dial here, it's caused I'm
I
a
forgot
cunt.
about the
Yeah,
dead pixel.
There's a dead pixel in a bunch of the movie because they just didn't notice.
I
and they were
freaked
just
out
like,
about my TV. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
What's bizarre
Ugh.
about that is that the technology exists to paint that out. Like,
Not if you
No,
just
the
don't
thing is,
give a shit.
He was the DOP. He did all the editing. He did basically everything. He breened this movie. So the
Yeah, this
sole
is a
reason that's
passion
on
project.
there and didn't get fixed is because he did not notice it.
Yep. This is his entire purview, and he just fucked it.
what an auteur.
Also, the whole zombie apocalypse starts because of Roadhead.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Explain.
There's a man getting a blowjob, and he goes, oh! And he swerves into a truck, and it unleashes the zombie apocalypse.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Oh, exactly, yes.
Also,
he crashed.
You can climb
wait,
inside a.
actually, if I'm
Yeah.
recalling this correctly, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jason. But like a regular car, they crash into a military Humvee, and the Humvee just fucking explodes.
A, the Humvee explodes, and B, the Humvee that was in front of that Humvee just swerved. So you know no sort of military protocol of any kind there.
Also, they just load the Humvees with explosives, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I mean, they think they can load that helicopter with 2 tons of cash. So yeah.
Hey, Jason, it's easy peasy Japanesey, okay?
Oh, that's a line from the movie spoken by a Japanese man.
So
And
anyway,
then there's a whole sideline
I don't know
about
if you're
hey,
joking.
hey,
I don't
no,
know if you're joking.
no, that is a line from the movie, spoken by a Japanese man, and then the white character's like, hey, I don't know if you can say that, and then the other white character's like, no, he can because he's Japanese, and they have this whole discussion about whether or not this can happen. And remember, Zack Snyder wrote this.
So yeah, I just for clarity's sake for our viewsterners, I'm gonna run down all his credits in this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
So directed by
I'm hearing an
Zack-
echo.
Yeah, it's coming from Dion. I'll mute it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Directed by Zack Snyder. Story by Zack Snyder. Screenplay by Zack Snyder and 2 other people who probably didn't have much input. Produced by Zack Snyder.
Jack Snyder. And
That's
Zack
Zack
Snyder with a
Snyder
fake
with a-
moustache.
A Groucho Marx moustache.
Yeah. Cinematography by Zack Snyder. And camera operator B camera, Zack Snyder. Uncredited.
Jesus. Wow. You know, he went in there and he's like, I have to make sure people know.
I have to make sure they know.
And
I
he,
can
and
make
he
a
edited his
movie.
IMDb to add that credit.
He did.
Do you know
He
what's been
had to
bugging
have.
me?
What?
The main reason for them going in there was to steal that zombie lady's head, right?
Right.
Wait, what?
To create the bioweapons.
Yes.
Okay.
So the whole heist,
Heist is a
of the
ruse.
thing was a ruse.
Okay.
The first zombie they encounter is this exact lady when they're all there and can
That's
easily
correct.
grab
That's
her.
correct. That's correct.
Are you kidding me?
But
No,
they haven't
but-
revealed the ruse yet at that point, I take it, so you
No,
can't
but-
do it
No.
then, because then the movie would have a proper runtime.
It also alludes to something that could have been cool because all the zombies are sort of drying out in the desert heat. And the one character says, "You don't want to be here when it rains," and then it never rains in the movie.
and then it never rains. And like, and not even like they're in a building and the fire alarm goes off and like all the desiccated zombies get reanimated by that. Because that would have been cool.
Oh my god.
It was just a throwaway thing.
Amazing.
No.
No. Also, there's like weird COVID allegories in it, and it's all like the guard checking because like the virus elevates your temperature, and so there's a guard who's like a rapist, and he's like, "Show me your fucking wrist," and like, "You better show it to me, otherwise I'm gonna rape you."
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
Oh, Zachary.
Oh, and what's up with the fucking opening sequence of the movie that's like a weird music video? You would think the director might have had some experience in this.
No, he watched some movie called Watchmen, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where somebody else had done that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's very bad.
And it still keeps getting worse from here, baby.
Oh my god, why?
At number 6,
Mm.
Number 6.
Number
with
six.
15 points
And how
And
many meta scores?
and a Metascore of 40. That's
Wow.
40.
We're getting into the low numbers.
Chris Rock's Spiral from the Book of Soul by Chris Rock.
I'm glad you guys warned me against this one.
Oh my word!
The
that was-
movie that Sarah tapped out of, and I cannot congratulate them more on doing that
I
because
was so excited for that movie based on that first trailer. It was New Mutants all over again.
it was straight
Yeah.
up New Mutants. A full 50% of Chris Rock's dialogue is unused stand-up material from the
Yeah.
90s.
God.
He's like talking about, you know how women and their vaginas and like it's just
You
like
got wives are bad.
wives. I'm so unhappy. I'm gonna kill myself. It's like, what is this dialogue?
And the other half is just like, oh no, but it's gotta be Jigsaw.
Oh, it's gotta be. Oh, it's good.
Also, I think
Ooh.
I'm willing to say
Yeah.
that even with all the shit movies I've watched this year, this had the worst ending.
Oh god.
No.
It's bad though. Holy shit, is that
Holy
final
shit, it's so bad.
reveal bad?
The final reveal that you saw coming from like maybe
No,
20
I don't
minutes.
mean the final reveal. I mean the actual final
Oh,
scene.
the end. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
okay,
Yes.
fine, yes.
I agreed. The
Yeah.
final scene, for anyone that hasn't known, is the whole movie is this big commentary on like how the police are awful, and they are, but because the killer is a kid whose father was killed by a corrupt cop, and so he's now targeting cops, and it's this whole like police are awful thing.
Which is a good thing because
Which
all
is a
cops
good
are
thing, and you
bastards.
should kill them. And but the point is that he does this whole thing to get Chris Rock to join him in the murder crusade, even though he's Chris Rock's partner. And in previous scenes, they police brutality someone.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty badly.
Like, really badly.
Like break the fella's leg.
Yeah, and like, illegally enter his apartment. Like they straight up disregard due process, and the guy's like, "Yes, this is a good cop," and you're like, "What? What is this movie about?" And the final scene is then his Chris Rock's dad, who was the good cop of them all, but actually was covering up corruption. He's on this rig, and as the SWAT team storms in the door, his arms go up like he's gonna shoot them, and then they shoot him, even though he's the super famous police captain that they all know and have been looking for. So
But they
why
couldn't
would they
recognize
do
him with
that?
the bright light behind him,
Oh,
Thomas.
fuck you. Also, it's great because they then go and arrest Chris Rock, but can't get to the other guy who is equidistant from them. So they
Yeah.
don't go arrest him, and he just gets to the freight elevator
but you
and
see,
then
but that's
just
also-
And the elevator
disappears.
slowly closes.
Slowly
No, but
closes,
you see-
and then
but you
I
see,
guess the
here's the
elevator
thing,
just
that's-
goes nowhere because they can't just go to where the elevator comes out.
But that's also commentary, because you see the white person who's the actual killer gets away, but they arrest the innocent black person.
Oh, you mean the other cop that they know?
Yeah.
Like,
What?
this is the thing. Like, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. Like, these are cops in the city that with other cops. Like, hello, what is happening here?
Well,
It
I
is-
mean,
It is such terrible social
thing is, like,
commentary because it
some
makes no
cops are
sense.
bastards isn't a good message.
Yeah, like that's the motto of the film. It's like some cops are bastards, I guess. Do a bit of police brutality, maybe. That's so shit. Because the potential was there to make a good commentary film about police brutality in America, and it would have been very poignant given the current state of things.
Yes.
What's the
But-
Metacritic on this one?
40.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Thomas, you were saying?
But they just completely fucked it. And
Yeah.
it's Chris Rock's fault because I think he is a writer on this.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is his fault.
He ain't
It
no
is his
Jordan
fault, because
Peele.
remember he went to who owns Saw again? Is it Blumhouse?
I don't know.
I think it's Blumhouse that owns
Probably
Saw. Anyway,
Blumhouse, yeah.
he went to the owners of
Yeah,
Saw
true.
and was like, "I have a great idea for a new Saw movie."
And then there was $20
And-
million in his bank account, and he was like,
And then he
yes.
was like, "Cool,
Yeah.
that's my day done."
Yeah,
All done.
that's how it went. But what's the other thing? Oh, right. The other thing I wanted to mention is
Wait, I'm gonna interrupt you because
Okay.
all the traps were bullshit. All of the
There was
traps
no
were-
escape from any of
well,
them.
well, first of all, there was no escape for any of them, but you can kind of make a commentary there with like, there's no escaping the system. But one of them you could have super climbed out of, the bathtub one.
yes.
There was nothing securing you in that bathtub. You could have just gone. Whoop, whoop.
Well, I don't feel like
Bathtub
doing
now.
this one.
Yeah, well, this one sucks, so I'm going to
Yeah.
get out.
No, what I was going to say is, okay, so it's great to contrast this with Malignant from a cinematography standpoint,
Yes.
because both of them lean really hard into that early 2000s look of a horror movie.
That David Fincher look.
Yeah, that David Fincher with the quick cuts and everything. It's like, and if you have someone like James Wan, who's a talented filmmaker, working closely with his DOP, they nail it, and it looks like kind of retro and cool. But then you get Chris Rock and whoever the DOP was on this, and they try to emulate the James Wan original Saw-ish style, and they just fucking fail. In fifth position,
Number 4.
number 5, a movie that I recommended you all watch,
And then we all did.
and then some of you did, and Jason especially was like, "You lied to me, you bastard! This is so much worse than you let on."
Oh god. We're not symbiotic, Marcus.
I can't
It's-
believe this is at number 5. Wow. I
This is
thought
at
would be
number
high.
5. Venom 2, Carnage, Let There Be.
Venom,
Comma.
Venom 2. We wrote a buddy cop scene, and then that was all.
Hey, don't forget, Tom
Venom
Hardy has
2.
writing credits on this.
Oh yeah, no. This is no. Tom Hardy is both a writer and a producer on this movie, so this is wholly his fault. Again, the fault also lies with Andy Serkis, who's just a piss poor director.
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
this is now
great actor,
great
terrible
actor.
director.
piss
He's a
poor
reverse Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
he's
can
a
someone,
reverse.
for the love of God, stop giving Andy Serkis movies to direct? Because the man cannot direct.
This is now. I think we're 3 for 3.
Yeah, he's a very talented
Performance capture artist.
performance capture artist, actor, and performance capture consultant.
Yes.
Because if you recall, he did a lot of consulting for Mark Ruffalo for the Hulk performance capture in in like some of
In
the
the
other movies.
Avengers films.
In the Marvalis.
Yeah, so he knows what he does, but dear Christ, the man cannot direct.
My
And also,
favorite.
it's not a buddy cop movie; it's a gay romance.
It feels a bit like it.
No,
Well,
it straight up is.
well, you make that joke, but like, what the fuck is up with that scene where Venom's in the club and he's all like, "I'm not hiding anymore. I'm out of the closet." It's like, is
Yeah.
this a weird like homosexual coming out allegory that has no place in this film whatsoever? And also, again, like, okay, like I know they've got the new design for Venom, but the Carnage just looks so bad. He looks like raw meat. He just looks like Meat Man, and like Carnage is meant to look like dark red
Blood.
and black, like
Yes.
blood. But nope, he's just Meat Popsicle Man. And it looks so shit. And the final fights, that whole scene in the church scene where there is daylight streaming through the fucking stained glass windows, even though it's the middle of the night. That
Yes.
whole sequence of them fighting together, I'm just like, I can't see what's happening. And once again, making a movie with both Venom and Carnage in it, with no blood, gore, profanity, fucking anything, is just the most dead on arrival concept you could ever give you. It's like
Yes.
the core character of like the core like thing of these characters is their wanton violence and blood and guts. It's like having a
Yeah, they
PG-13.
basically did to comics what Fortnite did to kids, is make them violent.
Yeah, just make them violent.
I mean,
It's like
Venom is.
imagine if Lobo or Spawn was PG-13. Like what? Why? What is the point of that? It's just so shit. And the writing was just incomprehensibly bad. It. I really like that
But it had
part.
such great lines.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Fuck you.
None of them that I can remember, but I sent them to you while I was watching it.
Yeah. Asshole. I really like that part where Venom copies the picture like iRobot. Christ.
Because that's
I
one
really
of
like-
Venom's powers.
Yeah.
I like the part where Carnage has to kill his girlfriend because she's loud.
Yeah, because she yells,
Because she doesn't want to just shut up, so he's like, "I'm gonna kill you,"
"I'm gonna
because she
kill
won't
you."
stay quiet.
Arr.
Thomas, have I got news for you?
Oh,
In 1998, they released a PG-13 version of Spawn.
I have to find and watch that cut.
what?
You're gonna need a VHS machine.
No. You see,
'Cause
the
I- 'cause
internet
I-
is a powerful place.
Because I know that the live action Spawn is not PG-13.
No, this is the live-action one. They released a PG-13 version and an R-rated director's cut.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, the theatrical cut was R-rated.
God.
Oh.
Just Yeah, but no, Venom
I will
again.
find it.
The Venom movie just makes no sense. Like
I'm proud to say that I've seen neither of them.
it was a dead on arrival concept, and they just keep making them, and now he's being
They're
whomped
making
into.
a shit ton of money. Or the first one did. I don't know how the second one did.
Well, the funny thing is now he's being transported into the
See
you know, into the MCU, and the
Thankfully,
scene.
not.
Oh, you
No,
have
you see, no,
you
no,
have news on this?
he.
That-
Okay,
that's all I will
I
say.
didn't want to spoil it, but yes, in the post-credit scene, he gets warped to the MCU, and then
It's
he gets
warped
warped back out without
But he leaves
anything.
a little glob of
Oh,
black glob there that's alive. Of
Yeah.
symbiote, whatever you call it.
Okay, but remember, Tom
No,
Holland
he
is
has
no longer.
he has actually left like some of it there specifically in the MCU for them to do with what they want.
You mean in the Spider-Man universe, because technically it's not the MCU
Oh,
anymore.
I've stopped caring. Next.
What?
At least that's how I understand it.
no, it is the MCU.
It is very
From
much
what
the
I
MCU.
anyway.
I think from what you misunderstood.
So that
Yes.
movie is bad. What's the next movie?
You want to know what the next movie is? Now, I
Yeah,
just
what's
have
number
to
4?
Number 4.
number 4 with 18 points and the highest Metascore
Oh wow.
at 64.
Oh, this should be
Oh,
interesting.
I know what
Now,
this is.
I just want to come out ahead of this and say that I did not put this on my list. I disagree with the rest of the transphobic hosts of this podcast, because in number 4 is The Matrix Resurrections.
This was not on your list. Fuck you. Get out
How
of
is
this
this not on your
podcast.
list?
Get out of your podcast. Get out. You are fired. You are fucking
I had to
fired.
make space for Night Teeth, Demonic, and Vanquish, which I thought all were worse.
You are fired. This
Possible.
movie is
I
fan fiction. This
Get him,
movie
Thomas.
is
Get him.
fucking My Immortal The Matrix. This movie is just utter trash. This movie is a deconstruction by a creator that doesn't understand her own characters.
what I enjoy is the stakes of this movie is that if they can't save Trinity, then Neo will also die,
And then
and
get
nothing
put
else will change except those two things, which is basically how the last movie ended.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
hold
no,
on.
it's even less than that because they'll
Neo
just
won't
bring them
die.
back to life.
Oh yeah, they can do that.
They just can resurrect people now because fuck it. Because fuck it. We can just create people from scratch and resurrect them
The entire
over and over and over again.
the movie itself basically was what they were mocking at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's the worst thing for me is that it's so clear. It's like, okay, Warner Brothers are going to make Matrix 4. They're going to do it with you or without you. And Lana's like, cool, let me think of my pitch for this. And then it's like, why don't I write about what I'm experiencing right now? That'll be so clever and meta.
And
And
then
it's just like,
such shit.
that is the kind of shit you write when you're in university or college and you
Yes.
think you're very clever when you start out as a writer and you get it out of your system.
You think you're very clever and you have nothing else behind you in a career. Also, it's fucking hilarious. Sarah pointed this out. There are so many Sense 8 characters in this movie because
Yes.
nobody else wanted to be in it. And it's got the. Do you know what the fight choreography sucked shit? Because
Yeah.
it's the fight choreographer from Sense 8 who has never choreographed any other fights in his life.
Do you know what a perfect metaphor for this film is?
Tell me.
It was them using the Brass Against version of
Yes.
the Rage Against the Machine song at the end.
The angry jazz version.
Yes, because it felt like for 2.5 hours I was getting my face peed on.
Yeah.
But did you guys not enjoy Neil Patrick Harris as a villain?
Fuck you.
As Architect 2.0.
Hey, guys! Let's take the most interesting part of one of the most interesting parts of the Animatrix. You know that story where the machines are shown to be good, and let's just make that a joke. Let's just have fucking avatar birds showing up with no utilitarian robot design. Let's just have fucking avatar birds, bro, with the tentacles and everything. Fuck you, avatar bird.
I
Piss
just want to go
off.
back to your previous point, which is that for a film which is a sequel to The Matrix, to have the worst fucking VFX and fight choreography
Yeah,
No
just
good set pieces at all.
blows
the
my
two
mind.
tent poles of the franchise, because like The Matrix 1 is one of the most incredible movies of our time. Like no ifs,
It
no
literally
ifs,
rewrote
ands,
how
or
to make an
buts.
action
Yeah,
movie.
no ifs, ands, or buts. That movie is seminal and is enshrined in gold and is, incredible in all ways. The second,
Because it balances philosophy and explosions.
yes, this
Yes.
movie, the dialogue had none of the. Sarah pointed this out. Like it's not ominous. The dialogue in
Nothing
the
is
first
ominous.
Matrix movie and the second and third one there was weight to all of the words. There was like when people spoke, you listened, but now people just talk like modern people, so you don't care what they're saying.
And then
And
occasionally
also,
quote the
that
first
lead
four.
I also-
actress, the lead actress swallows half her fucking words, so you can't hear what she's saying.
Oh, you
We
mean
had
the
to
Game of Thrones girl?
we had to rewind so many times because we couldn't hear her
I watched
because
the
she's
subs.
swallowing her words.
Yeah. No, I also
I-
just switched on the subtitles.
It was
And
so
if you want to
bad.
talk about not ominous, how about Mindhunter being Mr. Smith?
Oh yeah, let's talk about
Agent
Mr.
Smith.
Smith in chinos. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude in chinos.
No,
Oh,
actually,
he's so
I found
scary.
the best representative thing of this entire film,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
when fan film Morpheus comes out of the bathroom
Oh,
stall and then
oh.
quotes the original and talks about what a shit entrance his entrance was. It's like, yes,
Why is he Morpheus?
Because he's half Morpheus, half
Why?
Agent Smith.
Why is he Morpheus? There's no reason for him to
Because-
be Morpheus.
No, okay,
There's
okay,
no
I'll tell you
reason
why.
for
No,
his
no,
character name to be Morpheus.
No, I'll tell you exactly why he's Morpheus because I actually figured it out. Okay.
Oh, yeah?
So, okay. So
It's a witch's curse, isn't it?
kind of. So you know how Neo is a game developer, right?
Barely.
yeah,
In
yeah.
the
Like,
game?
Okay,
I love all the.
wait. I need to again. I'm gonna sidetrack it here. So remember in the Animatrix where it kind of showed you how people woke up. It showed you that those first glimpses of stuff not being right kind of snowballed into seeing beyond the veil, beyond the looking glass. If you want to get super ham-fisted like this movie did with its visual metaphors.
But you mean all the mirrors?
Fuck off.
I mean, the first Matrix did have him literally going through a mirror as well.
It did once. It
Yeah,
wasn't the
now
core.
all mirrors are portals, I
all
guess.
mirrors or portals.
Yeah, mirrors are portals.
But okay, anyway, so like once
We
you
don't need
once
phones
you saw
anymore.
once you saw something that made you question things, it made you question more, and then you woke up. That's how
Yes.
it was established in the Animatrix. So why would the machines create something that would make people inherently question the nature of their reality? That doesn't make sense.
Point.
Huh?
Also, why was the French fella there for any other reason than except
I know exactly why he was there. I know exactly why the Merovingian was there. The Merovingian's entire thing was Lana getting halfway through the script, looking at it and going, wow, this sucks shit. I need to get ahead of this and put in a character in the movie that talks about how all the old movies were great, so that when people criticize this movie, I can say, "Ah ha ha! I knew this was gonna happen." So I put this character in that talks about how great the old movies were because you're stuck in the past. Ah ha ha ha! I'm so great as a writer. Ah ha 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 ha! Kill me.
Sounds about right.
That's why the Merovingian's
I
character
just
was
want to know how
there.
you got that recording.
I'm pretty good at doing voice work now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ooh, and we can talk about Neo's glowy white hands power.
We can talk about
That he
Kamehameha
uses
blasts.
Gotta say, one of the
all
things
the
that I did
time.
hate
Oh, you
about
mean
the
Neo's
original
only superpower that he remembers,
one of the
which
things
he
that I
never had
hated about the
before.
original Matrix was watching Keanu Reeves do hand-to-hand combat. I'm glad they did away with that.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
glad they did away with cool fight scenes and instead we got energy blasts.
Yeah,
And
that's
choppy cuts. Don't forget choppy cuts
Oh
and
yeah,
shaky cams.
I really love choppy cuts and shaky cams. Those really define the Matrix fight scenes when I think about Matrix fight scenes.
Yes.
Also, like going back to when we originally saw the trailer and it had us all going, ooh, if they're showing us this stuff, how bad is it gonna get? Little did we know we were seeing the fucking climax of the movie in the trailer. If you are putting shit from your third act climax in your trailer, recut your fucking trailer. Good God. They
Or
showed
just
him
in the
curving the
movie.
missile of the helicopter in the first trailer. And that's the end of the movie. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you not let that be a surprise?
Yeah, that's like some Sony trailer editing right there.
It is so bizarre. Oh, also, the fucking sequence from the trailer, including the way it's edited, is in the movie.
yes,
That
Yes.
whole sequence with the song
with
and
the
the
song.
editing, and it's like, what is this? What the fuck is going on?
And to add insult
Also,
to injury, that song gets stuck in my fucking head. Oh
because
my
it's a
god.
good song. It's a good song. I like the song. But and I fucking love the.
Yeah, but it reminds me of the movie.
No, it's so much more. I hate
No, to
how
me it is just this movie.
I hate how the operator now exists with them.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's just like
That
there,
annoyed the shit
very
out of me.
clunkily, a guy out of time, anachronistically being there in this weird place. They don't have to phone him anymore, and I love the snide comment of, "Oh, we don't have to use phone booths anymore." And it's like, okay, well then why use anything? Why
Why did you
have
use phone
Why?
booths
anything?
in the first place?
Yeah. If you
Like,
don't need phone booths anymore, why do you have to use mirrors now?
why do you have to use mirrors? Why can't you just go slump slump? And
Well, the thing
then
about mirrors
later
is they
in
get
the
bigger the
movie,
closer you get to them.
well,
That's not how it works!
that's not. No, but you see, that's the thing. Like, they didn't even go through that like superliminal thing of getting big and creating an optical illusion to make the mirror look bigger. That would
No.
have been a fucking cool sequence if they like had to fuck with it that way. That would have been awesome. But they didn't
no,
do
they
that.
just
They just
shoved it
pushed him
through.
through the mirror. And they were like, "Here you go, wee."
It's bigger
And
now.
it's so funny how, like, if you don't have the operator on the other end of the phone and you don't need to use the phone booth, then why bother to jack in or out anyway? And then later, they just fucking jack a whole nother person into a whole nother person and then unjack them from nothing. She doesn't go through a mirror to get out, they just
Nope.
pull her the fuck out. The thing that would kill you. They just do that.
No, but she's special.
Avatar bird. Oh, also, I love Jaden Pinkett Smith's old lady voice.
That's the
I'm an
thing.
old lady.
Why did they take the old lady with her old lady voice, who trusted Neo and sacrificed her ship to send it with him, and turn her around to no, I don't trust Neo?
Exactly.
And then they
Which
introduce a
makes-
character who is the granddaughter of somebody who didn't trust Neo and has a reason not to trust Neo.
Exactly. And I love how fake Morpheus, who has no reason to be called Morpheus, says, I didn't believe in the one. Fuck you! Morpheus would never say that! That is the core tenet of Morpheus's existence, is that he believes in the one.
Well, remember, he's also 50% Agent Smith, who also believes in the
believes
one.
in the one, and whose entire being is to fight the one. Okay, what I fucking want, is I want to cut, just like Zack Snyder's movies, I want a cut of this movie with every single scene of the original 3 removed. And I
yeah.
want that runtime, because it's probably gonna be about half.
Yeah.
And like I'm including direct copies, like the aura punching in the subways, and like those sorts of things. Those go out as well.
Oh, so you just
Why did the movie treat us like idiots? By the way, where every time they mention something from the old movies, They had flashbacks.
They had flashbacks. It's like,
They had a flashback, and then they had a snarky comment about it.
like that was like shitting on the original. And I love the fucking Jaden Pinkett Smith's comment of like, Zion could never do this. It's a city based in the past. It's a warlike city. Oh, you mean the lost city of humanity designed to keep you alive? You fuck.
No, but she's got a better city now with blackjack and hookers
An avatar bird.
and strawberries.
Oh yeah, the red thing. Get it? Cause it's a red strawberry. Huh? 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 Huh?
I don't get it.
But if you cut out everything, like you literally cut out the entire opening of the movie because it's
Good.
literally just the
Good.
opening of the first
Good.
Matrix, but like recut a little bit.
Also, I love the styling of the exiles. They look like fucking Fortnite characters.
But you know,
That's,
Gotta keep
oh
it
yeah,
in mind.
been
oh yeah,
really
that's
good.
another thing. The styling in this movie was nothing. There was no cohesive styling in this movie. There was nothing that made it special or interesting or characteristic. It was just regular people clothes with some dyed hair and those fucking swirly infinity loops that one woman had.
This movie, do you know what this movie was a great opportunity for? Was for them
No.
to run back on the thing where they wanted to have a character that was male in the real world and present as female in the Matrix.
Yeah, that was what Switch was meant to be.
That's what Switch was meant to be. This was the perfect opportunity to actually go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But no, the one lady just changed her hair color.
She just changed her hair. Just woo. Woo.
That's it.
But
That's it.
from regular color to
Blue.
games journalist blue.
Yeah, and it's great
I love that
because
L'Oreal shade.
Sarah went looking because Sarah was singularly possessed with why did this movie happen? Why did this movie happen? So after we watched it, she went on a Google deep dive, and they found out that when Neo's in the board meeting with Smith and Chinos, that apparently Warner Brothers was going to make a new Matrix with somebody else, to which I say good. Clearly that would have been better with what we got.
They probably would have done better, yeah.
But also, Lana's sister did not want to do it because she said, that's the past. I don't want to focus on that. I'm trying to, move my career forward. Because that's the thing. Lana
clearly
has
Lily is
not
the
made
smart one.
Lana has not made a good movie since the first Matrix. Since
Yeah.
the first Matrix, and like, I get that. That must be fucking like the most daunting thing as a creator ever. Your movie first out of the gate is the Matrix? Are you kidding me? And then you have to follow that and build a career on that? That's incredible pressure. But like, fuck, know when to fold. Know when to pack it up and be like, you know what, I've had a good run. I don't need another Jupiter Ascending, which is really what this movie felt like, was another Jupiter Ascending. It had big Jupiter Ascending energy. It had so much technical
No.
jargon
Jupiter
that
Ascending had a great score.
it had so much tech. Oh, the score! The score of this movie was just the most hollowed out, shitty versions of all of the good parts of the first Matrix movie. This movie is the coldest, deadest husk of a movie that references better movies. And that's the problem, is if your shitty movie is referencing 3 other objectively better movies the whole time, you're gonna go, wait, why am I watching this?
Yeah.
It's so bad. And then
I gotta
it just ends with Neo and Trinity just flying through the sky. Whee!
It's like Space Jam 2, where it's like the movie keeps telling you you could be watching any one of these other films.
Yeah.
They're there. You could go watch any of them right now.
Oh, also, because I was really angry, I got really nitpicky, and the movie features 7 two-step wall run kicks. 7 of them. At 7 points in this movie in fight scenes, do characters jump, take 1 2 steps on the wall, and turn around and kick. 7 times.
But it's iconic.
No, it's not even. Because the way that Trinity does it is she runs the whole fucking way across.
No,
the
no. It's iconic, Thomas.
I gotta say, there was that moment right near the beginning where they're on the rooftop, and blue hair protagonist girl
Bugs,
is there
like
with it,
Bunny.
and then
Bugs
they
like
start-
Bunny, who's then wearing a shirt with a fucking carrot on it.
yes, they start shooting like
And
the
there's a white
agents start
rabbit
shooting
tattoo.
at them at point blank range.
And they just miss her. Like
Point
there's like
blank
20,
range.
and there's
Like,
goons there.
You look where the gun is pointed, and then you look where the sparks are coming up, and it's like, no, not even close.
Not even close.
But Thomas, you're missing the other meaning of her name.
Oh yeah.
Bugs, like a bug in the Matrix.
Oh my god.
You didn't get that, did you?
Yes, I
Done.
did.
Number 3, Marcus.
Avatar
Nice.
bird. Moving on.
Can I just say one more thing about?
I do want to say one more thing
about one
before
more-
I want to interrupt Marcus
No,
and say one more thing.
No.
No,
Okay.
because
Number 3.
there was the tiniest hint of something interesting in this movie, and
I've
it
lost
really
control of
was,
this podcast, Dion.
and that was the machine civil war that
Yes.
old lady Jada Pinkett Smith brought up.
I wanna see
I
that.
want to watch that movie. I want to watch the machine civil war, and also the fucking entrance to Io doesn't have a door. It just has a hologram. So if
Yeah.
they just fucking go through the hologram, I guess they're just in. I guess
Yes.
fuck it.
No, but it's no War City. Also, number
It's a
3.
Peace City. Number 3.
But what about the coffee
Marcus.
shop?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, which is
I'm gonna get some water.
objectively worse than the Matrix
I
Resurrections.
disagree, but okay.
Mathematically, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon
Damn, you're right.
City.
I thought you were gonna be
Wow,
wrong, Marcus,
This is
but
this
you are
high,
right.
and it's not even on my list. That is wild.
It is a Comic-Con fan film.
It's
No,
not-
it is. No,
It
that
is.
that is a
It
disservice to
literally
Comic-Con fan
copies
films.
it literally copies the opening from the Resident Evil 2 remake.
No, but it doesn't. It does, but it doesn't.
It references it, but it doesn't. It's got a lot of scenes there ripped straight from the first game, like the first zombie encounter.
Yeah, no. They've ripped a bunch. They've ripped a bunch completely from the first movie. I mean, the first game and the second game, and they
Yeah.
were like, what should we do? I know. Let's clumsily smash these two together and just kind of hope that whatever comes out comes out. Also, Wesker's casting is maybe one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. He's this giant meaty. I know him, like I've worked with him on Black Sails. Lovely guy, bad actor, but not Wesker at all. Wesker's meant to be this like, first of all, way older, but like kind of sleazy company man, not this like big meathead.
No.
No, but you see, they had to make him a
But you
cop. So
remember,
because
but remember Itchy Tasty. Remember Itchy Tasty.
Tasty.
Itchy Tasty.
But
you know what I love about the,
you love Leon S. Kennedy's casting.
yes,
Oh yeah.
he's
Oh
perfect.
yeah. Oh yeah. Leon S. Kennedy, known
coward.
burnout surfer. Leon S. Kennedy. known terrible cop. Worst cop ever. Leon S. Kennedy.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
when Jill is giving her backstory. No, sorry,
Oh,
Claire. When Claire's giving her backstory, and Leon's like, "I bet you're wondering how I got here." Me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Me too, man.
Oh my God.
I am also wondering that.
No, you see, my favorite thing is like there's this one scene where they show the the iconic statue from Resident Evil 2 in the police department, right? With the stairs going up and everything, as beautifully rendered in the Resi 2 remake. And they just plop that into the middle of the movie using the wrong statue, and I can't figure out the architecture of the police department to figure out where the fuck that would be.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
But,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
no,
it. Don't worry
no,
about
I
it.
have
Don't worry
to
about it.
worry
Don't worry
about
about it. Don't worry about it. This movie didn't worry about
It's
it.
a thing from the game, Marcus. It's cool. The thing that from the game.
It's from the game. Also, I love the characterization of fucking William Birkin as loving father and victim. Like creator of the TNG virus, evil man. Oh no,
Literally the worst person in
the worst,
in the Resident Evil universe.
the worst guy. No, but he's the victim here.
Poor guy.
It's so
But there were
bad,
zero
and
survivors
and
except the
all
main
of
cast.
all of the fights. Also, the one of the fight scenes in the mansion features maybe one of the most hilarious continuity errors I've seen, where I think it's I don't remember which character it is. But they get grabbed by a zombie in a lab coat, and then it cuts to their POV. Lab coat zombie fucking gone, disappeared, not even there anymore. Cuts back to the far shot. Lab coat zombies grabbing them.
But what is that? Is that Jill's sandwich?
Oh, fuck
Oh.
you! But like, it's like they took every meme and iconic part of the like original game, first two games, and were like, okay, how do we build a movie around these
Yeah.
memes? And then they did that fucking poorly. Remember that part where the helicopter crashes into the library and blows up, and all the books are just fine? None of them burn.
Yes. Yeah, that's how books work.
Also,
Work.
I love the
You can't burn
again.
books.
Yeah, I love the then
What are you, a Nazi?
a Nazi.
Only
I love
Nazis can burn books.
I love the characterization of Wesker as not an umbrella man. He's like doing this for his own reasons. Like, no, he's not.
He's an umbrella man.
He's second in line to inherit the umbrella man.
Also, also, remember that time where Ada Wong gave Wesker
Oh
his
yeah,
signature
where
sunglasses?
Ada fucking Wong shows up in the post-credit scene to give Wesker some shades because he hurt his
What?
eyes.
Well, no, he didn't hurt
What?
his eyes. He was resurrected, and as a result, his eyes are more sensitive to the light.
It's true. That's what
What?
happens.
We can
Yeah,
only exist in darkness now.
What?
yeah. Hey,
I don't like this movie.
remember that incredibly
No,
important
Dion, you
part of
should
Resident. Remember that
absolutely watch this
incredibly
movie.
Probably
important
will.
part of Resident Evil 2, the Tyrant.
Yes.
No, we're not gonna put him in.
Yeah, we'll take out if we love where they very clearly were like, okay, we're taking elements from both of the first games, both of them, and we're going to smash them into one movie. But they have a perfect opportunity to introduce the tyrant, like several opportunities actually,
Several. But this is the
and
thing.
they just don't.
They introduced the character in the movie that is the first person you see in the game to be killed by the tyrant in the police station.
Yes,
The reporter who's locked up.
yes. I forgot about him.
Like
And he just gets
he's
nommed.
there.
He just gets numbed by a regular
But
Zombo.
again, it goes back to like the dead on arrival concept. You really can make a whole movie out of the first Resident Evil game and the second
Absolutely.
one because they're very different. You can have the close confined like you almost
You can
found
make
you could even do it found footage of the first Resident Evil
yeah,
movie
that would
you
be
can
because
have
pretty good.
it's a close confined space of the mansion and the traps and the ridiculousness. Oh yeah, that's the thing. The character of the mansion is completely gone because it's just a building and
Oh,
there's nothing interesting about it. It's just a mansion. There's no weird stuff going on.
No. It's you see, it's important in the world of this movie because it was owned by the person who started Umbrella.
Oh my
Mhm, 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 mhm.
god.
That's
But
the
yeah,
importance of the
you
building.
really could make good like action horrors out of the first three Resident Evil movies. You really could, but they
Yeah.
just fucking refuse. Capcom is so weird because they have been absolutely killing it
yeah.
with their games. They have been knocking them out of the park to the craziest degree to arguably, I would say this is the best time they've ever been as a studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is their heyday, and
With
I'm
Resi and
including
Monster Hunter doing what they're doing.
and I'm including the OG days. I really am. But like, what are
And
they
then the
doing with their
movies
what are they doing with their film properties?
with Resident Evil and Monster Hunter doing what they're doing.
Like, here's the thing, right?
I can't wait for the Devil May Cry movie. Good lord.
you
Thomas, don't you speak those cursed words.
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though, right? So you can absolutely like the first Resident Evil movie should just be literally a claustrophobic single location horror with like how the first what's it, Don't Breathe was. It was all in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
And
you
Do you
The
mean
mansion is
something like
bigger.
the first Resident Evil movie was, where it was claustrophobic?
yes. That ironically, although it is not a good movie, was a perfect template because it starts in the mansion and goes to the lab. That's
Yes.
what you're meant to do. But
Mhm.
yeah,
And then for the second one, you can can make it a little bit more campy. You have the cops. You have some lighter nature, like what the fuck, this is a zombie apocalypse. What the hell is going on? And then the third one, you just have the nemesis, and you make it a straight up slasher.
you could do it, but they just refuse to.
Like here, I just pitched 3 perfect Resident Evil movies.
But this is the thing, like the first 3 Mila Jovovich vehicles kind of followed that. Kind of. They
Poorly,
missed.
but they did.
Yeah, they admittedly missed number 2. They just kind of went 1, 2, 3, but without
Yeah.
2. They went 1, 1 and 3. That's what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had the kind of spirit there. They knew what the property was. Like, it's not that serious. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
you've got
without
to embrace the goof, but not be.
it's goofy, but it's not stupid. I think
Yeah.
that's the line that
Yeah.
you need to toe
I mean,
when you're
yeah, the
making a
first,
Resident Evil
like,
product.
yeah, but you see, with the first one, like the game, if you ignore the terrible voice acting, wasn't all that goofy. So that's
No,
why you
it's
only,
pretty serious. That's why
yeah,
you've got to like keep it horror
yeah,
for
you
that
keep it
first
hard.
one.
And the second one, you start introducing the goofier elements because that's when Capcom started introducing the goofier elements in the game.
Speaking of the second one, what is number 2 on our list?
Number 2.
Number 2, with I can't believe it has a Metascore this high, 55, with 33 points from the Cinebeards.
This is
Oh
getting
Whew.
no.
old.
33 points. That is strong.
That is strong.
I'm
Not as
going.
strong as number 1,
I'm going to
but
the
this is
bathroom.
uh,
Keep
like
talking.
I will keep talking. I will introduce this movie, say my piece about this movie, which is 1 sentence, and then the rest of you can continue.
Okay.
Number 2 is M. Night Shyamalan's Old.
Fuck this movie.
This is a movie where 2 6-year-olds fuck.
Yo, that was quite the statement, Marcus. This is a movie? Whoa there, buddy.
That
This-
is quite strong.
Yeah, 2 6-year-olds get 'em.
That is all I have to say about this fucking movie. 2 6-year-olds fuck.
And then they have a baby.
They have a baby.
And then the baby dies of neglect.
Because they put it down for like a minute. Which
That's how things
is
work.
funny. Like
Hey guys, I'm gonna start my career as a rapper. What do you think my rap name should be? Should my rap name be Mid-Sized Sedan?
It's
Is
already
that a good-
taken, Thomas. It's already
What?
taken.
It's by who? Who would take Mid-Sized Sedan?
By
But
Night Shyamalan.
oh damn, he's really like in touch and like on the pulse of what people like to hear and like rap names and all the rest of that.
and pedophiles.
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Also-
really on the cutting edge
Sorry,
of
I'm just
pedophilia.
going to say it again. This is a movie in
Oh,
which 2 6-year-old children fuck.
You're right. You're right. And if you want to like upscale it, it's the movie in which 2 teenagers with the mental capacities of 6-year-olds fuck. Either
And
way,
then one of them falls to their death from a cliff.
yeah.
Oh.
There is one cool sequence in this whole movie, and that's where Bonitis lady fucks
Oh,
her shit up.
yes.
That was
Yes,
legit
okay.
cool. That
was
was
creepy and cool. Yeah,
awesome.
where she
I
bursts through the cave and like the
I
kids are like,
love
My
that.
bonitis!
I love that when her bonitis just fucked her whole life up. That was awesome.
yeah.
But the rest of that movie was just. How's that dialogue? Written by someone who has never spoken to human beings or heard a human being speak ever. This will be such
And
great.
then spoken by people
Do you know
who've
what
never
it sounds
spoken
like?
to
It
human
sounds
beings
like
before.
Neil Breen dialogue, where it's like, "This will be such a great memory for us." Is the same energy as fucking Fateful Findings of "It's a magical day." Like people don't talk like this. No one talks like this. This takes.
I'm sorry, but clearly insurance people do.
It's just. I don't get it. I don't understand why M. Night wrote this because this is his worst movie. This is by far and away the worst thing he's ever done. So,
Yes,
which makes
and
which
we're
makes
including Lady in the Water.
I'm
This
including.
is
Are we including Avatar?
I am including Avatar.
Yes.
I am straight up including Avatar in this.
Yeah.
I'm including Avatar in this. I'm including The Happening in this. I'm including everything he's ever done. I've never seen Lady in the Water, admittedly. But
You should watch Lady in the Water. It's not as bad as old.
ooh, hot take. But I will. Okay, I will. But this is his worst movie, and this is also the longest break he's ever taken between movies. So that also makes no sense because if you're taking this long a break as a filmmaker, you're like clearly, I don't know, looking at your old work, you're workshopping a script, you're doing something, right? You're clearly working on stuff. You're not just decaying as a filmmaker. But I guess he was because it's so bad. It's so bad, and the twist isn't even a twist. It's just a
No.
like, huh, and then it's immediately invalidated.
Yep.
The twist immediately is made to not matter because it is like, oh well, I guess they all go to jail, and all those drugs are gonna get pulled from the market, so all those people died for nothing.
Hey, I have a question.
How did
I
mid-sized
might have an
sedan
answer.
survive for like a day and a half?
Without aging?
Yeah, he spends the whole day and night there, and then doesn't age, and then only ages when they show up.
I'll tell you why. Because there is a tradition in Hollywood
Oh,
called the magical
the magical
uh,
Blackman.
the magical Blackman. Although the actual term is the magical N word.
Yes.
Like that is legit a thing in Hollywood,
Oh, I
and
know. The Shining.
clearly,
The Shining exists.
yeah, clearly, M. Night Shyamalan is a huge fan. But
Hmm.
I want to remind you all of a time when we thought M. Night Shyamalan was turning a corner.
No, dude, we were
Yeah.
there.
Good
Like,
visit.
I remember Split. Split ruled
Split
so hard.
fucking ruled, and then Mr. Glass sucked shit. Mr.
Like
Glass was
Split,
such a disappointment.
I wanted Split to be his new trajectory, not a
I wanted
fucking
Split to be the new Unbreakable. You
yeah.
know?
Hmm.
Little did I know.
Little did you
Fucking
know.
monkey paw finger curls.
Yeah, Christ. M. Night
Dude,
Shyamalan should
yeah,
just
no,
stop making
a
movies.
terrible movie, terrible script, terrible directing, bizarre acting, just bad, 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 bad.
Oh,
Well,
and
it's
two
all right.
6-year-olds fuck.
Yes, that
To
happened.
number one.
But watch it for the bonitis lady because she wrecks her
What
shit.
you, in fact, we will
Just
at
just
some point in the future we will give you the timestamp to the Bonitis lady scene.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would just say watch the cool 80s guy episode of Futurama. You'll have a
Yeah.
better time.
It's because I had bonitis.
I was too busy being awesome that I forgot to cure my Bonitis.
Number one.
Number one,
What was our Cinebeards
What could
official
it
worst movie of the year?
be?
well,
What could it
with
be?
with the maximum possible score of 40 points.
Yeah.
That's right.
I
All
have faith
four of us,
again.
all of us put this at our number one worst film of 2021. Zack Snyder's Justice League, directed by
God.
Zack Snyder.
Or as I called it in my list,
Zack Snyder's Fuck Show Supreme.
Do you know what makes
Oh.
this so much worse than old?
no, because it's everything else that this movie represents.
Because
that
it's
makes
more
it,
than twice as long.
it's
Yes.
yeah. There's that, but it's what this movie is and what it represents and everything that happened around it that
Yeah.
Yes.
make it like leagues. Like this movie is
Leagues, you
worse.
say?
Yeah, leagues worse than any of the other movies could hope to be, because like not only is it a bad movie, I would argue I don't know if it's as bad a movie, like just from a like technical perspective, is like the nuts and bolts as some of the other movies on the list. But everything that this movie is, that it represents, that was happening around it, makes it far and away the worst movie of the year. Far
Yes.
and away.
I'm getting images of Jared Leto's Joker being framed like Jesus.
What, where he says we live in a society?
No. The promotional thing that Zack Snyder shared, where his Joker was literally standing like Jesus.
Yes. Yeah,
I
because
remember how he said like everything he shot is in this movie, and then that line of Jared Leto's Joker saying "We live in a society" was
yeah, that
just in the trailer and
yep.
not in the
So
actual
he lied again.
the actual
And just
release.
another in the long litany of lies that this movie was.
4 hours.
The film is in the can, and then shows shots
The
of film
film
reels.
is
And then
in the
he's like, yeah,
can.
when he left, he took a hard drive with the footage.
Oh! Sorry, we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about that in Army of the Dead, where they break into the vault and the film cans of fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League are in the
Oh
vault.
Jesus, I
Oh,
forgot
sweet
about
baby
that.
Jesus.
Okay, so but 4 hours though.
4 hours, and we
4
watched it.
hours.
We watched it. Okay, like if I'm going to try and find something positive to talk about, the his intro scene of Wonder Woman was better than the Joss one. I will like
Intro scene of Wonder Woman. Oh, in the.
in the bank.
It
His
was still.
sequence.
It was still
No,
one
no,
of
no.
the stupidest fucking conceits.
No. It's still terrible, but it is better
When
than
it's
like
not being directed by a sex predator, yeah.
yeah. Like
Yes.
when you look at it side by side, straight up, it's better. But that's like saying tuberculosis is better than HIV.
Well, look,
You know?
It is.
looking at it this way, Zack Snyder is an absolute horrible person, but at least he's not a sex predator.
He's not
We
a
don't know that yet.
That we know of.
Yes.
that we know of.
That we know of.
Yes,
Yeah.
currently. But he
I mean-
will weaponize the suicide of his daughter into bullying people to saying his movie is not bad. He will do
Yes.
that though.
No, he'll
That's
do
okay.
Hey, do you remember that this whole movie was in 4:3 because it's closer
Yeah.
to the IMAX aspect ratio?
You know what pisses me off about that the most is it's not true. He just
No, that's a lie. It's a
sides.
lie.
He cropped the sides. He has less. He has less real estate to work with.
If you
Why?
scale up 4:3, it will not fit onto an IMAX screen, sir.
He had full frame. Like they filmed the stuff in full frame and then they crop it down to like the whatever the cinematic 21:9 aspect
Because it
ratio
was
is.
cheaper.
And yeah, like, but they film in 16:9. He could literally just put the 16:9 footage there, and it would literally fill up
more
your
movie.
television. And all he's done is taken that footage and he's cut the sides off it.
That's
Yeah,
why
this
they
is-
call it the Snyder Cut, Dion.
This is
Or-
not the fucking lighthouse. Like
People like going on huge tirades about how this is genius and this is like his auteur vision. It's like, no, Zack Snyder, filmmaker, does not understand aspect ratios.
yeah. Well, he doesn't understand how to work a focus puller on a camera, so
That's for
you
fucking
know.
sure.
Wow. Sorry, I was just googling Zack Snyder's Justice League just to get the Google results and the runtime and everything.
Yeah.
And
Did you
obviously-
find more Screen Rant puff pieces?
No, but I did
How many have they
find,
run this week?
17.
Yeah.
But that's not the fun part. The fun part is that it auto pulls in Google reviews
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
the side. and all of these ones that they pull are 5-star reviews. Am I allowed to read one?
Please.
Okay,
Please read
I
one for
will.
the courts.
Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm just looking for one that isn't.
Racist.
No, that's
It's gonna be
impossible.
hard. You're
That's gonna
talking
be hard.
about
No,
Snyder
I'm
fans
just talking about one that isn't like a fucking essay.
about his greatness.
Yes. Da, 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 da.
I'm tired now.
And oh wow,
We've
a
been
lot
doing.
of
We've
these.
been recording this for half the length of Justice League, Thomas, which is a long time.
So. Okay, here's one, and this is not the only review that opens in this almost exact way. The term Zack Snyder's Justice League is an absolute masterpiece appears in a lot of the first paragraphs of these
Damn, I wonder what that's
reviews.
about. Oh well, guess we'll never know.
Simply put, Zack Snyder's Justice League is an absolute masterpiece. The action, acting, cinematography / visuals,
Oh
and
yes,
score,
No,
oh yeah,
same
that
thing.
one
Those are the same
category.
thing.
Yeah.
are all excellent.
Oh,
Although
fuck you! The score is so fucking unfucking believably bad.
Please talk about the score for a second, Dion.
It literally sounds like I know what movies sound like and any sort of media sounds like when it's been temped. I know what a temp fucking score sounds like. This sounds like a temp score. So basically, what I assume happened is Junkie XL had X amount of time to do this. He got the temp score from old Zacky Snyder boy, and he literally just did the thing we do where you have to just change it 8% or 10% so you don't get sued. And that was how this movie was scored. Take the temp, change it 10% into something quote new unquote, deliver. And it's also what the Godzilla versus Kong fucking score was.
Who did that one again, Dion?
Oh, it's all Junkie XL.
Damn, man, just going from strength to strength these days.
Fuck. But no, that score pissed me off. It was so bad.
I
So
just like to
unbelievably
think that
bad.
he was drunk throughout the entirety of 2020.
Probably.
Anyway, to continue, although this film's 4-hour runtime will seem overwhelming at first,
No.
it really moves
It'll
along.
be even worse when it happens.
It really moves along
4
at a pace.
hours. It feels like 4 years.
It really moves along at a pace that feels more like a 2.5-hour film.
Damn, that's bad.
This is a great example of Snyder masterfully taking all the time to masterfully create the plot and character arcs in a matter that feels absolutely
Yes,
received.
like Mr. Like Flash's new introduction in this.
Oh
Where
Oh
he
man,
has
my
the
word, with his
worst
hot
slow-mo
dogs.
running, and where he like
I don't know.
non-consensually
I
is
don't
touching and
look.
ogling this lady.
I don't know, man. Did you watch the slow mo in the Matrix Resurrections? The
They have
the
strobe
the
slow-mo. They
90s
have
strobe
strobe.
slow mo.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Genuinely offended me.
When it happened, I thought there was something wrong with my stream. I thought my stream was fucking out. That there was something wrong with what I was seeing. Like the copy I was watching was bad or something because it had strobe slow mo. And then Neil Patrick Harris's character can stop time, but only sometimes, I guess.
Yes.
Stop it, but Smith can unstop it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that opening scene with Flash was just everything
Jesus
I
Christ,
needed. It's
I am
so
having to
bad.
scroll very far down these Google reviews to find one that isn't a 5-star review of this movie
It's
is
literally
amazing.
a cult. He literally
No,
has
he
built
he
a little
has. He has
cult.
built a
Yeah.
cult around himself. It's fucking bizarre and
But what's great though
gross.
is if somebody enjoys a Zack Snyder film, you also know that they, don't like abortion and enjoy guns. So you
Yeah.
can kind of,
You can
you know.
gauge a lot about a
No,
person.
I think you're
social litmus test.
confusing Republicans with libertarians again, Jason.
No, I think he's on point.
I think he's well on point. And they definitely do not like ladies.
No.
Girls M's bad.
They are
Don't
bad.
you know Zack Snyder's a feminist because he
Oh
made Sucker
yeah, I
Punch?
remember that. Oh yeah, Sucker Punch. That. Hey Sarah, what do you think about Sucker Punch?
Doesn't she feel like liberated and represented?
I'm
They
sure
do
they
indeed. They do indeed feel very. Do you feel spoken for? Uh, you know.
Are you getting flipped off?
I love that cackle was audible.
There's yeah, no, Sarah's unenthused about the female presentations in Sucker Punch. I can't imagine
Really?
why, because
What-
Zack
what's
Snyder's
what
a
they just said?
known
I was
Zack
told
Snyder's
by
a known feminist.
I was
But-
told by a male acquaintance of mine that it's a feminist movie, Thomas.
Oh, really? Did a man tell you that Sucker Punch was a feminist movie? That is
Yeah.
interesting.
Men are inherently
Thomas,
more
does
trustworthy.
Sarah not understand how sexy lobotomies are?
I guess Sarah
Well,
just
no,
doesn't
no,
understand how
lobotomies
sexy a
as
lobotomy
allegories.
is.
Lobotomies as allegories for rape, which the character then gives a look like she wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's feminism.
Lobotomize me, Zach.
Oh.
Oh God, I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. I remember being so drained after we watched this. I remember being just fucking done. Like, I wanted to sleep for days afterwards. And then I was like, oh, wait, this is a depressive episode.
Yeah, like I honestly thought, like, no joke, I thought about killing myself.
Dude,
I had suicidal ideation because of that fucking movie.
it's so bad. It's incomprehensibly bad. And
The only thing that I can imagine being worse than spending my 4 hours watching Zack Snyder's Justice League is spending 4 hours in a room with somebody who enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
I leave the room.
No.
Yeah, no. The Snyder fans and the anti-vaxxers can just go hang out together.
Yeah,
And they can all keep each other
oh
company.
damn! Look at that. It's one group.
It's a circle. What's up with this Venn diagram?
It looks like the flag of Japan. Oh,
Oh.
well, on that,
So to recap, the top 10, just because it's been like 17 hours, or at least we hope it feels like 17 hours, so you have an idea of what it felt like to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Space Jam 2, Cruella, Don't Breathe, Army of the Dead, Spiral, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, The Matrix Resurrections, Resident Evil, Old, and just Zack Snyder's Justice League are our top 10 worst movies of 2021.
and remember
Good
our
list.
constant and always number one, Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, forever and ever. That's number
Forever
Look,
zero.
and ever.
it's a new decade. We should probably like
We can switch to Zack Snyder's Justice
Yeah,
League.
look, after Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think the crown has been taken.
I
It
still
has
think
been
BVS is worse. I still
Yeah.
think it takes the crown.
Do you know what we should
I-
do? We should watch them back to back.
Thomas.
Thomas.
That sounds like a suicide pact. Are you
You re-
sure?
You
No,
realize
I'm in
you
a
realize
really good place.
we've done a let's watch of both of those.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with us?
Okay,
We
so here,
do it. It's all
We do
for
it
you,
for our
Damien.
79 listeners.
if someone out there records themselves watching both movies back to back with our running commentary, you will win some kind of prize.
I will come to your house and put you out of your misery.
He won't even. He'll just choke you out.
Yeah, I'll just.
Goodbye, listeners.
Goodbye,
Farewell.
Beasters.
Good night, guys.
We have no recommendations tonight.
Our recommendations are just avoid all of the movies we mentioned.
Or
Yeah.
watch all of them if you're a masochist.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, we will not be responsible for deaths, Marcus.
Not again.
Okay.
Not again.